Even as we were preparing for the K2 expedition, I knew that we would not all make it back alive. There were 4 of us. There was Big Pete Ruddick, an Australian. He had proved himself on a previous expedition. He had hacked off his own penis with a spoon whilst climbing the Matterhorn. Nobody knows why he did it, but you've got to admire the guy's dedication. There was Stanley Spaulding, an Englishman. Hey, Spaulding, I would say. Spaulding, Spaulding. And there was a Norwegian called Anders. The moment I set eyes on Anders, I didn't like him. He had a silly laugh and weak wrists. I was in charge of provisions, and it was clear to me that I was not packing enough food for all of us to make it to the top and back again. I didn't tell the others because I didn't want to worry them, but I knew that at some point we would have to draw lots. So I removed another packet of beans to make way for plenty of straws.
Come on, you big Jesse!
On the second day, I decided to play a practical joke on Anders. Mountaineers love to play practical jokes on each other. I buried his boots in the snow. Anders started panicking. Hey guys, have you seen my boots? Anders, I said, how should we know where your boots are? Am I my brother's keeper? Ruddick was laughing away because I had told him. Let this be a lesson to you, Anders, I said. Soon, Anders got frostbite and his feet turned black. It was quite funny. The weather took a turn for the worse, and we were confined to the tent for a few days. When Anders went for a piss one night, I said to the others, guys, Anders is slowing us down badly. Have you seen his feet? Also, he drinks his tea like an old woman. I think we must leave him behind. Or we could eat him. When Anders came back, he knew that something was up. None of us could stop laughing. Anders, we don't have enough food. One of us will have to be eaten. But we still have a full bag of bully beef, he said. No, Anders, I made a mistake. That bag is full of porno cassettes. Why don't we return to base camp, he said. We can still see it from here. It's true. We had only gone 500 meters up the mountain. But at that moment, I hated him. To return to base camp would be an admission of failure. As I held out the straws to Anders, I could see the fear in his eyes. And that is why he chose the short straw. He had no faith. Let this be a lesson to you, Anders, I said. And then we ate him. On our way down, Ruddick said to me, hey, Wilco, why don't we go climbing in the Rockies next year? Sure, Pete, I said. But the moment the words were out of my mouth, I knew with a certainty that we would not all be making it back alive.